What's up, you Washington football maniacs? Welcome back. We are your host, Brandon Scott, with my guy, Greg Sykes. Today, we are going to do a preview for the Washington Commanders game in New York versus the Giants. And then we're going to do our three keys of victory, our prediction, and we're going to keep it short and simple tonight for you guys. But before we start, definitely, if you are not a member of Washington Football Maniacs, definitely consider it. We have a lot of good content coming out this season, so definitely consider being a member of this channel. Like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know how we're doing. Definitely what you guys think. So definitely do that. The notification button is really important, so you guys know when our videos drop. So let's get into it, Greg. Obviously, look, this Sunday, 1:00 in the Meadowlands, the Washington Commanders go to MetLife to play the New York Giants. Obviously, the Washington Commanders at 500 at 3-3 are trying to take that step over 500 versus the Giants team at 1-5. But I mean, do not take them lightly. Looking at the odds for you bettors out there, the Washington Commanders are favorites at a -3 spread. So keep that in mind. So let's get into it. The three keys to victory if the Washington Commanders want to get a victory on Sunday versus the New York Giants. Number one, most importantly, do not take them lightly. Look, 1-5, they are still dangerous. They're dealing with injuries. We're going to look at the injury report. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. Now, the injury report, obviously, a lot of these injuries on both sides are game time decisions, but it's an extensive list. I mean, Cosme with a knee injury, game time decision. St. Juice hand, Jonathan Allen knee, Cam Curl ankle, Chris Paul back, Montez Sweat finger, Fuller knee, and Rodriguez as a personal. And then if you look on the other side, obviously Saquon Barkley, always a question of when he gets injured, obviously dealing with an ankle injury, but do not take them lightly. Any given Sunday, look, they have a reason to be that team to, to knock us out of the, hopeful playoff race, man, because obviously you look at Dallas, Philly, they're playing well. We're trying to catch up. We're trying to stay in the playoff picture. Obviously the game after this, going back home against Philly. So this is a must-win game. This is a game that we have to win if we want to go back home with some momentum against an NFC East opponent. Number two, I'm looking at the defensive line. Everybody else is stepping up. Okay, if you look at last week, Jamin Davis, sack and interception. The secondary are getting turnovers. St. Juice, Fuller for 2 games in a row. So this defensive line has to wake up. And a lot of people say, the fact that we spent first-round picks on all of this defensive line, and they've got to step up. They got to prove their worth, in my opinion. It's time to show up. They have to put pressure on. I don't know. Right now, I believe that Daniel Jones may not play. So you're looking, the mobility. Now, their backup is, and you could probably help me out, Greg.
Tyrod Taylor.
There you go. I had it on my mind, and it's like, he can run. He has being a starter. He was a starter in Buffalo for 3 years. He can sling the ball. Put pressure on him. Saquon Barkley, always an injury issue, but when he plays, he is definitely a threat. So definitely put pressure on them. Use Jamin Davis as a spy, shadow Saquon, but I'm definitely putting pressure on whoever the quarterback is, whether it's Taylor or Daniel Jones. I think it's going to be Tyrod Taylor. So definitely the pressure. This front four on the defensive line, they've got to step up. They've got to show their worth. All right. Finally, the key to victory number 3. Run the daggone ball. Run the ball. Hand the ball off to B. Rob, Antonio Gibson. I know Rodriguez is personal issues, so we don't know if it's a game time decision with him. Run the ball. Dictate the clock. Punch him in the mouth early. Knock the crowd out of it. Let's get this win. So, looking at the 3 keys of victory, what are kind of your thoughts on the 3 keys of victory, and what is your prediction for Sunday's game against the New York Giants?
So, Brandon, pretty much I'm in line with you, and it's pretty much what I said last week before the Atlanta game. Uh, Running the football, we need to establish the ground game a lot better than what we have been. I was very surprised we didn't run the football as much as we should have last week. We were winning that game for most of that game last week, and we still didn't run the football. So we need to run the football. and we need to dominate the time of possession. Same thing I said last week. We need to do that again this week. So yeah, that's definitely one of my keys. The second key, whether if it's Tyrod Taylor or if it's Daniel Jones, either one can run the ball on you as well.
Yep.
Daniel Jones killed us in the past with being able to scramble and run for chunk plays. So if it is Daniel Jones, he may not be 100%, but he can still kill you with his legs. So I think you need to put a spy on him, just like what you said. Put Jamin Davis on him, Cody Barton, whoever's back there, contain him. Make him beat you with his arm, and don't let him get out of that pocket. Because once he gets out of that pocket, he can kill you with his legs.
Yeah.
So and thirdly, you need to contain Barkley. Saquon Barkley, if he's playing for basically, honestly, he's auditioning for other teams.
Yeah.
The Giants, they're what, 1-5. So he's they're about ready to have a fire sale. I truly believe that. And if that's the case, Saquon Barkley is going to be playing for another team, and if he is, he is auditioning. So you're going to want to try to contain him the best you can. I felt that the Commanders did a pretty decent job containing the run last week.
Yeah.
They need to continue that this week. If they can force the ball in the hands of Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, whoever is going to be back there under center, then force the quarterback to beat you. That's what you need to do. Was that number 1, 2, or 3? I don't know, but I'm just going to add another one. Definitely, secondary needs to play a lot better, not give up big plays.
Yep.
Because they make any receiver, it seems like, look like the second coming of Jerry Rice a lot of times. So they need to prevent that big play, keep all of those passes underneath them, keep the other team out of the end zone. Certainly the front four, as you alluded to, they need to do a better job with rushing the passer. They did do a little bit better job stuffing the run, but they need to put some pressure on the quarterback as well. So as far as predictions, I do think that the Commanders can win this game. I think they will. The Giants have had their number for the past couple of seasons, but it really came down to at the end of the game, and yeah, obviously because the last game I think was the tie. So barring any weird non-call pass interference plays in the end zone, from the same officiating crew that, by the way, is going to be officiating this game this Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that the Commanders are going to win. I think it's going to be probably a 24-17 game.
Okay.
And it could be a back and forth game. I don't think that it's going to be either one running away from each other, because the Commanders tend to like to be able to keep things close. So, but I do think that they're going to be able to take this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. And actually had the same prediction as far as score. So for the sake of monotony, I'm going to change a little bit. I'm going to say it's a Commanders victory, 21-13. I think we know it's a must win. The Giants, we don't know really where their heads at. I think you are correct. I think that they're going to start selling off. Because if you look at the receiving core, not a lot of big names. Waller was their big addition, but he's got his injury issues. And if I'm the Giants, I'm trying to get some value from him, in my opinion. Same thing with Saquon. I think, I thought that they were going to try to trade him. But, they're definitely in the rebuild because they got to figure out. The biggest thing with the Giants is that what are you going to do with Daniel Jones? You just signed him to an extension. So have fun with that. But
yeah,
not our problem. This is a must win for this team. We have to get over 500. Hitting it home against the Eagles. They always play stuff at home. That is, but really, that another reason why this is a very important game is because we need momentum going against the Eagles because we played them well at Lincoln. Mm-hmm. So, coming home, I think we have a chance to play well against Philly. But I think momentum is the name of the game. because you roll in back home in FedEx with an L from a 1-5 team. I mean, where's your head at against the Eagles? Where, look, hated to love it, all roads go through Philly. If you want to win this division or advance anywhere in the NFC, it goes through teams like the Eagles. So must win. But I'm with you. I think this is definitely a win. I think the Giants are just too. I think we're definitely a better team. Um, Again, before we roll, man, I think that another person to look at is Sam Howell. I think this could be a big game for Sam Howell, and I would not be surprised if he drops 250 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns. But another thing, like we say every week, Greg, rely on the weapons around you. Don't feel like you have to do too much. He's still a young QB. This is practically his rookie year. And again, the Giants can't punch us in the mouth and get a sneak in here, man. They always plays well. I mean, every year Daniel Jones it runs all over us, man. So depending on when he plays, Tyrod Taylor has some wheels. He has a history of being a starter. Like I said, he was a starter in Buffalo for I believe 3 seasons. So he definitely can play some ball. So do not underestimate the Giants. But I think it's gonna be a win. So before we roll tonight, because we're gonna keep it short and simple for you guys, do you have anything else you want to cover real quick, Greg?
That's pretty much it. I think we just guys just continue to support this team, and I know you guys are because you've already sold out. And I know last week I was talking about that and I made a video about it, and people were like, "Yeah, but you know." I was talking about them selling out for the Falcons game. They're like, "Yeah, but that game is on the road." So I was like, "Wrong bird, wrong bird." So, but you guys have already sold out the Eagles game. So, guys, continue to support this team. They're going to get better. Just hang in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wise words. And continue to show support for this channel. We have a lot of great content coming your way. Recaps of games, previews of games, any major news that happens with the team, we are there. Every morning, my man Greg is doing a live stream, and he's throwing a lot of Commander news out there, a lot of good conversations. Please tune in because, man, I'm telling you, we have a lot of good content coming your way this season. So, again, appreciate you guys. Definitely like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you guys think. Who wins, by what margin, and what are your keys to victory? Let us know below. But hey, again, hail to the Commanders and peace. See you guys next
Peace.
time. Take care.